Welcome everyone to my review of IDW Sonic issue 55. We're at the penultimate issue of the Overpowered arc, and as always with these videos, spoilers from this point forward. Previously, since it has been a while, Sonic and Tails were able to stop Surge's rampage of Central City by using regular old household appliances to drain her power, though Surge herself helped things along. It was bittersweet as Surge successfully captured Whisper's Scion Wisp during the conflict, and Kid arrived to rescue her before the dynamo cage can be removed. Sonic and Tails plan to follow them to save Whisper's Wisps, but they are not the only ones who are going after Surge. Eggman has taken interest in her, and Starline's work in general, after witnessing his dynamo cage being used in an unexpected way. All three parties are set to converge at Surge and Kit's home and current hiding spot, Starline Base Sigma. Kit has finished routing everything in the base to Surge, but the process overloaded the breaker. It's enough for Surge for the moment. Kit suggests they run and hide, but Surge is determined to make a final stand here. Outside, Sonic and Tails arrive at Starline's base, having followed Surge's energy trail. Before they head inside one of the buildings, Sonic's ambushed by Metal Sonic. Oh, for crying out, Sonic. This is the second time in recent memory a speedy character caught you off guard. You're getting sloppy there, buddy. Although, there is something poetic about this. Previously, Sonic was ambushed by Surge, Starline's creation, in Eggman City. Now he's being ambushed by Metal Sonic, Eggman's creation, in Starline's base. They end up in a storage room for a proper battle. Tails arrives to give Sonic the assist, while mentioning that Eggman's here too. This brief 2-on-1 fight is interrupted with Eggman yelling in horror. Metal Sonic breaks off to help the doc, and when Sonic and Tails realize Surge might be engaging Eggman, they follow. So let's go back a bit to Tails' brief encounter with Eggman. The latter complains about Metal Sonic taking off without permission, until he spots Tails below him. Realizing why Metal took off like he did, and seeing Tails at a disadvantage, he starts chasing the fox with his Egg Walker. Tails is able to give him the slip, and would rendezvous with Sonic. Eggman tries to get his bearings, and picks up the dynamo cage's signal, which is right above him. Good thing Eggman came prepared for something like this. After violently tossing Surge off his mech, he orders his egg pawns to engage her. She easily destroys them, but they serve their purpose of buying Eggman time to prepare the big guns. Too bad Surge still has Wisp powers under her command, and that's it for the Egg Walker. Surge rummages through the wreckage to find more power, and she finds some in the form of a Chaos Drive. Surge, those things are used for machinery and chow raising only. During this, Eggman tries to escape through a secret hatch. He believes his hidden codes still work in the Starline modified base. Starline, though, planned for this possibility, and not only did he find and disable the codes, he mocks Eggman for attempting the act in a pre-recorded message. That's when Eggman yells in a panic, the same one heard earlier. Metal Sonic arrives in time before Surge can fry Eggman. Now seriously, based on this panel right here, she believed Eggman was actually made of eggs, and was helping herself to a free sample. Sonic and Tails arrived soon after. Oh, that's an embarrassing way to know someone's behind you. It is at this point, Surge, even with all that power, bails. In her mind, the two sides are working together to hurt her, and no matter how powerful she gets, it's never enough. By the time she returns to Kit, she's a nervous wreck. No Starline hallucination required this time. After collecting herself, she tells Kit that Sonic and Eggman have teamed up, but she still wants to end this. Besides, Kit's already made the necessary preparations. Well, it seems Surge might have read ahead a bit on this issue's script, because back in the hallway, Sonic and Eggman have not yet agreed to work together. Sonic gets Eggman to reveal that the dynamo cage originally belonged to him, and that's too dangerous. Sonic pulls Tails aside for a quick chat. As much as they want to take on Eggman and Metal Sonic right now, Surge is the bigger priority. And if Sonic just so happens to accidentally break Eggman's gadget in the process, so be it. And so the two sides agree to team up yet again. Though both sides will keep an eye on each other and will resume their own conflict when they leave the place. Tails scans the area and finds there's only one way they can go. Everyone figures it's a trap, but it's the only way to find Surge. They reach a room that has tubes similar to those that house Surge and Kit. Scattered everywhere are Starline's notes on Sonic, Tails, and Eggman, and the blueprints for Surge and Kit. At last, they figured out Starline's plan of creating his Sonic and Tails knockoffs. Eggman's amazed about what Starline did to accomplish this feat, much to Sonic and Tails' disgust. While it looks like Eggman was recognizing Starline's brilliance at last, he's not. He says he's admiring the skills of a defeated enemy in order to boast about his own superiority. I mean, it's not like he's experimented on a living being in order to create a strong world-dominating weapon. Oh wait. In the next room filled with more tubes, Sonic calls Surge and Kit to come out. And they do. He makes them the following offer. Have Surge hand over the dynamo cage, and they can all just walk away. Surge declines, and the issue ends with the beginning of the final battle. Even though Starline's dead, he still maintains a presence throughout this arc, whether it's a discarded item, hallucinations, his work on Surge and Kit obviously, and now his old base. In a way, you can kind of feel his aura as our characters explore the place. There's also his notes pertaining to Operation Remaster, and his pre-recorded message to Eggman. In the case of the last one, it's almost as if Starline's getting his revenge on Eggman from beyond the grave. I'm starting to see why they decided to forego the hallucination for this issue. Now I'll give Eggman some credit here. Before learning that his codes won't work, he handled the situation as best he could, catching Surge off guard and tossing her off the mech like it was nothing, reminding us that he is stronger than he looks. Isn't that right, Starline? To go back to where they found Starline's notes, you can tell that they were based on the actual real-life drafts for Surge and Kit. I definitely recognize those character sheets. There seems to be a lot of biotubes in the area. If he was successful in his original goals, was Starline planning on making more knockoffs for characters like Amy Rose, the Chaotix, and so on and so forth? Or perhaps he wanted to create more Sonic and Tails knockoffs to help him run the world. I guess we'll never know. On to the Sonic knockoff he did make. While it seems to be present in the past few issues, there's no point in denying it anymore. Here, Surge is addicted to the dynamo cage. And when I say addicted, yeah, that kind. You can see it when she tore into the Egg Walker looking for a fix, and after finding what she was looking for, she gets that look of satisfaction. A buzz, if you will. As we've seen throughout the arc, using a dangerous item to enhance one's performance has side effects. In addition to, or perhaps because of the hallucinations, Surge's paranoia has increased. Like here for instance, if she were in a right state of mind, she might have taken a chance against our 4 game characters. She also believes she needs more power because she doesn't want to be considered weak / doesn't want anyone to hurt her and Kit. Yes, we can see that she actually does care for the little guy, and I think we're getting into infinite territory here.
I'm shaking. Me, afraid. No, I am not weak. I'm not weak. I am not weak.
And good thing there are no magic gems in this arc. But seriously, seeing Surge slowly deteriorate to the point that she doesn't put on her fake attitude mask in front of Kit, I have a feeling it'll get worse before it's all said and done. Complete with one more appearance by the Starline hallucination. On a lighter note, here are some observations / things I liked throughout the issue. Sonic and Eggman teaming up again. Okay, I rolled my eyes there. But at least it's against a smaller threat compared to the monsters they faced in the past. And they know that once this is all said and done, they'll go back to fighting each other. Then we have Sonic mentioning Metal Sonic stopping in front of Belle. A reminder that Eggman still has interest in her. I mean, it's not like he can whip up another daughter all willy-nilly. Adam Bryce Thomas is back on art duty, and there's this one panel that just stood out to me for some reason. This one featuring Tails and Eggman staring up/down at each other, with Tails eclipsed in Eggman's shadow. You can really feel the tension between the two, and have a pretty good idea of what each of them is probably thinking at the moment. Tails would be like, I wish I had my Cyclone mech here. We don't know if he built a new one after the old one was destroyed by Zombots. And then we have Eggman here probably going, the Fox is here, and he doesn't have his mech. Better take advantage of the situation. I don't know whose idea it was to combine the two Sonic Adventure 2 references into one, but give them some sort of prize, a raise, some cookies, anything, because that's brilliant. The Chaos Drive, by the way, is green, generally associated with speed. How appropriate. Speaking of references, someone on Twitter noted that this panel of Eggman and Metal Sonic is similar to a screenshot from the Sonic OVA. After looking at the two side by side, it could be a coincidence, or it could be intentional, given Adam's art has been known to be anime inspired. See Exhibit A. Finally, I guess we're done with Sonic's leg injury being a plot point. I know he said he heals quickly last time, but that's after his injuries acted up. Although he did receive proper medical care early on, it might have helped. Still, between the end of issue 54 and the start of this one, which I assume is almost immediately, Sonic is fully healed. It's kinda disappointing, especially since the Scrapnik Island miniseries, being released around the same time, utilizes the Sonic leg injury plot point in a much better way. Evan Stanley probably figured, might as well have Sonic back on equal footing, pardon the pun, with his knockoffs for the final confrontation. For being a setup for the finale, the issue has plenty of action and plenty of breather moments where the characters could discuss the situation before things ramp up again. And it will get intense as next time we head into the finale of Overpowered and learn the fates of Surge and Kit. See you then. For some reason, Starline's message to Eggman reminds me of Dennis Nedry from Jurassic Park.
You didn't say the magic word.